Good day mga kamaslitas! Welcome to this video. I am Abigail Ikat and together with Maria Stephanie Ilagan, we will be discussing about relations and functions.
The lesson objectives are illustrate a relation and function, represent a relation using different ways, and verify if the given relation is a function or not, and determine dependent and independent variables.
Before we proceed to our discussion, here is an activity entitled Connect Me. The direction is choose one word from set A and connect the word to set B. Okay, let's answer. Food paired to bread, place paired to Tacloban City, color paired to pink, and animal paired to cat and dog.
What is a relation? In mathematics, a relation is a rule that relates values from a set of values called domain to a second set of values called range. It is also a set of ordered pairs, which is x and y. Representations of relation. A relation can be also represented in three different ways: the table of values, a mapping diagram, and a graph. For table of values, the table rows or columns display the corresponding input and output values. For mapping diagram, lines or arrows are drawn from domain to range to represent the relation between any two elements. And for the graph, the number of vertices in the graph is equal to the number of elements in the set from which the relation has been defined, or we're going to plot the given ordered pairs. And now let's proceed for kinds of relations or kinds of correspondence. So we have here one-to-one relation, one-to-many relation, and many-to-one relation. For one-to-one relation, if a function has no two ordered pairs with different first coordinates and the same second coordinates. And for one-to-many relation, in one-to-many relation, a single element of one set will be mapped to more than one element in another set. And last one, for many-to-one relation, is an opposite of one-to-many relation. A many-to-one relation associates two or more values of the independent variable with a single value of the dependent variable.
So now let's proceed to function. What is a function? A function is a relation which describes that there should be only one output for each input. We can say that a special kind of a relation which follows a rule. That is to say, every x value should be associated with only one y value is called a function. We have here an example: 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 5, 4, 7, and 5, 9. Take note that all functions are relation, but not all relations are functions. Let's have another examples. Determine whether each relation is a function or not in different ways. So number 1, for the set A, we have 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, and 4, 5. For the domain, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And for the range, we have 2, 3, 4, and 5. As we can see, each domain has exactly one range, so it is a function. Number 2, for set B, we have 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6, 6. For the domain, we have 3, 4, 5, and 6. And for the range, we have 3, 4, 5, and 6. As we observe, it is also a function because each domain has exactly one range. Number 3, we have 1, 0, 0, 1, negative 1, 0, and 0, negative 1. So here, as we observe, we have domain that has two range. 0 is paired to 1 and negative 1, so it is not a function because the domain has two range. Number 4, we have A, B, B, C, C, D, and AD. As we can see, A is paired to two range, B and D, so it is not a function. Next, determining dependent and independent variables. When we say independent variable, it is a variable that is changed based on another variable. While dependent variable, it is a variable that stands alone and isn't changed by the other variables you are trying to measure. Let's have an example. Number 1, number of working hours and salary. Now let's identify the independent and dependent variable. Since independent variable stands alone, so our independent variable is number of working hours, and now our dependent variable is the salary, because your salary depends on the number of working hours. And number 2, distance traveled by a car and the amount of gasoline. So here, the independent variable is the amount of gasoline and the dependent variable is the distance traveled by a car. And now, since you learn about relations and functions and also the dependent and independent variable, here is your practice exercise.